Us now, Salvadorian political analyst Herbert Esmahan. So, Herbert, when this decision came out of your government to allow any president to run for terms sequentially, how did people react?
Hi, Matt. Thank you for having me on the show. People reacted extremely energetic and positive about the scenario because for the longest time, the people of El Salvador never had a say whatsoever regarding the future of their country. Now, under President Bukele, democracy has been fortified in El Salvador. But the establishment media wants to portray him as an authoritarian dictator that wants to stay indefinitely in power, which is not the case. A dictator is someone who imposes himself upon the people. But in El Salvador, if anything, it's the people who are imposing themselves upon President Bukele, demanding that he run for a third, fourth, and even fifth term if necessary. Something that is crucial and very important to mention is that everything President Bukele's government has done is within the legal and constitutional framework of El Salvador. Therefore, no constitution has been trampled upon and no laws are being violated, Matt.
The reaction from the United States Embassy was that this was a decision for the Salvadorian people, for the Salvadorian government, for the lawfully and legally and justly elected representatives of the people to make. And Herbert, I was just thinking to myself, how different that statement would have come out if you had a President Joe Biden or a President Kamala Harris. But indeed, the United States saying now that we stand with President Bukele, stand with El Salvador. How important is that stamp of approval from the United States government just to everyday folks in your country?
It's extremely important, and it proves that El Salvador is a democracy. El Salvador is not a dictatorship. El Salvador is not oppressing anyone. El Salvador is liberating future generations from the grasp of corruption and crime that El Salvador used to be under. Thanks to President Bukele, who I personally believe is on a God-given mission, our country has been freed, and we, the people of El Salvador, want to see him complete this mission.
The criticism from the